Call of Duty World of War Zombies was the OG Zombies experience. Being the first Zombies experience, you would think that the weapons would be lackluster, but it's quite the opposite actually. The World of War weapons are some of the best bullet weapons in all COD Zombies. However, the Wonder weapons are a bit lacking, and that's mostly because of glitches, let's be honest. But, I'll be honest, there's also the fact there's only 2 of them. Anyways, we're going to be ranking all the weapons in World of War Zombies in terms of the pack punch variants. They will only be separated if they're completely different than their unpacked variant, as most of them are the same thing, which is more ammo. And the ammo and damage also will be including Wonder weapons on this ranking, as believe it or not, they're not the best weapon in World of War. What is? Well, you'll have to watch to find out. Let's do this. The worst gun in World of War Zombies would have to be the Springfield. It's just trash. It's a bolt action rifle that does like no damage. It's super slow, not fun to use, and just a drag of a weapon. I'm not going to lie, this thing sucks. Now this next one hurts a little bit. I actually love this thing, but unfortunately, the Arisaka is also kind of trash. It has the same downsides as the Springfield, being a bolt action rifle and all that, but after like round 5, it's just not good. There's literally no reason to use this thing, even on low rounds. You're better off knifing. Now, as much as I hate to say it, the Kar98K is the best of the bolt-action rifles, but again, that's not saying very much. It has slightly better damage output, and being on Deriz means you can pack-a-punch it. And I know this may be considered cheating, because it is a different weapon when you pack-a-punch it, but it's pretty much the same thing, with just more damage. Let's be quite honest here, guys. So this thing just, it's better than the other ones, mostly because of the pack-punch variant. It does deal a tiny bit more damage than the other ones, and the iron sights are a little bit better and all that, but yeah, it's a bolt-action rifle in World of War. The Gewher. You seem like you're supposed to be like the best of the semi-auto weapons in this game, but I just don't like it that much in all honesty. It feels like it's got some weird issues. Like, it just, I don't know, like the other semi-autos just don't have it, but you'd be better off with any other semi-auto, so like, yeah, right at the bottom. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do not like the PTRS. If we're talking about multiplayer, it's broken. But in Zombies, it is powerful, yes, and you can one-hit for a long time, but you move so slow. The fire rate's just painful. And the reload time is also pretty slow, even with speed call. It's not that fast, let's be honest here. And yeah, it's just slow. Like, it's powerful, but man, it's just so slow, and it's a semi-auto, so it's just not worth it. Let me be quite honest here. The Magnum is a very powerful weapon, very powerful actually indeed. And it can deal a ton of damage to the zombies, but the problem with it is that it has a low ammo count, slow rate of fire, and just not very big magazines. And it's not bad by any means, but don't get me wrong, I just don't see the point in using it. So if you're watching, I'm sorry, but I have to put the Panzershrek pretty low. It's just not great, let me be quite honest. It's slow, gets you killed most of the time if you're not careful. Yeah, it deals a ton of damage, but not having PhD just makes you more vulnerable with this thing. And don't get me wrong, I do love it, it's just not very good. Now we're getting on to some weapons that are actually good. When we begin here with the M1 Garand, which is powerful, has a good rate of fire, and it's just badass. I love the damage output. The headshot multiplier is great. I love the sound effects that it has as well. The reload sound, the just normal shot sound. Oh man, it's awesome. I used to think this thing sucks, but actually it's pretty good. The M1 Garand with grenade launcher is the exact same thing, except you got a grenade launcher on there, so therefore it makes it better. Yeah, the grenade launcher can get you killed and all that if you're not careful, but the whole point is you got a grenade launcher. How can you go wrong with that? It's just awesome. The Colt M1911, although iconic, is not powerful enough, but hey, it's good for getting points. And yeah, that's about all she's really good for. The bar. With or without the bipod, this thing is just trash for an LMG. It is the best weapon in campaign, but in zombies it's kind of a joke in comparison. What happened? The trench gun, or as my friend Group used to call it, the clutch gun. Man, so many good memories. I love this thing. Although it does not deal enough damage and to really justify using it, the fire rate's kind of slow and all that, I love it. And with Electric Jerry, it's just broken, but you don't have it in World of War, so it's not that good. The sawed-off double-barreled shotgun. It's supposed to be better than the OG, but I just don't know. I don't find it's better. I find it's worse, I'm not gonna lie. The reduced range, it's just not good enough without good perks or pack-a-punch. And like, why would you I don't know, man. I don't like it, to be quite honest with you. It seems like it's theoretically better, but I just don't find it's better. The Browning M1919 is another one that was nerfed compared to campaign and especially multiplayer, but it's still really good here. You just move and reload too slow to really justify using it. It's good for mostly taking on hordes, but as you'll see later on, there's better weapons for that, so it's going to go pretty low on the list here. Not too bad, still a really good weapon. I just truthfully love this thing. The OG double barrel shotgun is the best shotgun in this game, and that is not saying very much, but hey, it's still pretty good. Although you really need to take some perks for like speed cola, and when it's pack punch, it does a lot of damage, but without speed cola, you're just going to be slacking with this thing. The M1A1 Carbine, probably my favorite weapon in this game. When I used to play Deriz, I would open the door to go and get that, and then go the opposite way. We open one door just for one weapon. That's just how amazing the M1A1 is. Love this gun. The Flamethrower is the best weapon in Noct, but not on every other map. For most, primarily Noct. It's trash on other maps, let me be quite honest here. But it does have the best. The one thing it has about it over anything is that it has unlimited ammo. So like, yeah, that's kind of insane. And you would think it'd be really good on like Dries and that with Pack-a-Punch. It's not that good on Dries, to be quite honest. It's just too slow for how big Dries is and how hard the zombies are to avoid, especially with how sticky they are on that map. Where on Noct, you don't get stuck to them, for example. So it's still a pretty good weapon though. STG, a good weapon, although it does not do enough damage for it to be higher up. And the fire rate is so fast, the weapon will just run out of ammo before you can even get too many kills. I still love this thing though. I would personally put it higher, but man, I can't justify it because the damage output is just not high enough for this thing. FG42 is underrated in my opinion. The damage output is just crazy on this thing, and is one of the weapons that's actually better with double tap, believe it or not. But the kick is quite annoying regardless if you have double tap or not, and it does like lose its ammo pretty quickly, but man, you just incinerate hordes. The hip fire is also great. It's just the biggest problem it has is even Pack-a-Punch, it doesn't have that much ammo in reserve. Hypermall is going to hate me for putting the MG40 so low, but I do not think it's as good as people say it is. Although, it's still World of War SMG. So, crazy powerful, lots of ammo, good headshot multiplayer, and it's just awesome. It's also a wall weapon, and if it was multiplayer, the MG42 is the LMG to go for in World of War. Has the fastest reload, unlike the Browning. The damage and the huge magazine is also great. It's good for getting points, and it's kind of crazy. It's good for camping. It's not bad for training and taking down hordes. And yeah, just an awesome weapon. Ray gun is actually good in this game, unlike in the newer Zombies games, and there's nothing quite like it in this game. You gotta be careful with the splash damage as well, as I do believe the splash damage is a bit bigger in World of War as in comparison to the other games. But aside from that, it's awesome, man. And also, do not shoot the red barrels on Noct, because you will probably die. Now, it may seem weird that I'm putting the Type 100 this high up, but my friend Koala showed me back in the day how fast this thing would shoot when you Pack-a-Punch it and you have double tap on her. Oh my god. And the reserve ammo, it's got tons in there. It's a wall weapon. You can't go wrong with this thing, really. I love the Type 100, man. The C300 B1AT CH35, or otherwise known as the C3000 biatches, is the most unique Pack-a-Punch weapon. And you may be saying, hey, bruh, isn't this thing similar to the Panzershrek? And you would get yourself killed with the splash damage. And that is true. However, it has many upsides over the Panzer. First, it has more shots in the magazines. It's lightweight, meaning that you'll be able to train with it. When you go down, you can use it there. It's just crazy, man. And on co-op as well, you can also keep one shot in your magazine and keep on going down intentionally, and then getting revived by your buddy on the catwalk, and you'll survive forever. Such a great strategy, so much fun, great weapon. Now, the WunderWaffe is not at the top of the list, and this may shock you, but hear me out. It does deal infinite damage, but the thing is, you're better off using the traps on the maps that it's on, because they do not take away your jug, unlike the WunderWaffe. That alone really makes it lower on the list. Plus, you can only take out so many zombies at once with it, but it, man, it is still insane. Spider's Baby, or the Thomspon, is just awesome. The ammo is high, and more importantly, it does so much damage, and it's just insane. And to top it all off, it's a wall weapon, so you can always buy ammo for this bad boy. Spider has good taste, I tell you. And on the top, shocking literally nobody, is the PPSH, or the as other people would call it. What there is there to say about this thing, other than the fact it's just awesome. It does a ton of damage, it's good for racking up points, has a magazine the size of an LMG with the mobility of an SMG, has great damage, like I said before, looks cool, sounds awesome. What is there not to like about this thing? It's absolutely insane. The best weapon by far in World of War Zombies. So that's the video there, guys. You let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. What would you rank as the best weapon in all of World of War Zombies? Like I said, I personally think it's the PPSH, man, but hey, you know what? Everyone has their own opinion on what the best weapon really is in this game. Of course, in Zombies, anything is really viable when you really think about it. It just depends how good you are and all that, and for different situations. But anyways, yeah, who cares? So guys, let me know what you think of the video, and we might be doing more videos like this one for different games on World of War and custom zombies and stuff like that. So you let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.